Good morning! Welcome to a new week vlog in the Sugaridoo studio. Hi there, my name is Irene. Welcome to a new week in Sugaridoo studio. So this week is going to be, I think, a pretty normal week. Nothing special on the calendar. So today I am starting with cleaning up some stuff. So my desk is full with things. I went on a quilting retreat, well, a quilting day with the ladies from our quilting retreat. It was awesome. So I have to put that away, and also my workspace over there is full with stuff. So first some organizing today. Then I would love to do some sewing on my Q16, but also have to do email and some orders, placing some orders and sending out some orders. So I think that's enough for today. So let's see how the day goes. Yay, my desk is empty again. Q16 is reachable, so I can sew something on that today, maybe now, maybe this afternoon. But it feels good to have everything cleared out before I start working. Of course, it would be better habit to do that at the end of the day, or when you use something that you put it back, but in my 35 years walking around this planet, I have still not figured out how to keep things organized. So mess accumulates, and then I put it back at its place all at once. So I don't know, this kind of works for me. Also a work in progress, I guess, to get more organized. But it always feels really nice when everything is clean and everything is organized. So I thought let's do a tiny catch up how things are going. Because beginning of this year, well no, it's already 2023, so beginning of last year things weren't going so well. I was overwhelmed and I was feeling down and not my happy self, and that has changed a lot. So I think I can say that I'm back to being my happy self, and that I'm feeling good most of the time. But that doesn't mean that everything is okay already, because energy-wise I'm still tired quite often, and yeah, not really focused the way I would love to be. And I think that also has to do with energy levels. Oops, where was I? Yes, focus. So yeah, I think that also has to do with energy levels. When I'm tired, I'm scrolling through Instagram and YouTube and not getting myself to do work. So that is getting better slowly, but I just have to allow that to happen and give myself time for that, because that's just where we are. But even when I'm very tired and having a slow day, then I still feel kind of good about it. So yeah, I think that is major progress, and I'm really happy with where I am right now, how things are going. And yeah, I do feel that when Ella is not sleeping good for a few nights, that I'm completely exhausted. I don't have a buffer or anything to make up for that. But when I allow myself to rest and go to bed early and just do less during the day, then it goes really well. So just wanted to let you know. Yeah, so cleaning up is halfway done. Still have to do the big table, and then I'm going to go sewing for a while. Let's see if this works. I think it worked. Ta-da! Well, there are a few things left over here. Let me show you what they are. So over here I have some pink fabrics, and they are all made in sets of 5 fabrics, and I'm going to add 5 cooler tones to this. So these are the warm tones from my fat quarters, and I'm going to add 5 cooler tones to each. So then we have rainbow bundles of 10 fat quarters each. So that is coming to the shop soon. So tomorrow we will continue assembling these bundles. So that's why I'm going to leave them here for now. Then over here I have arrow blocks, and these are made by my awesome testers. I send them fabric and they test out the patterns, and sometimes I ask to send it back so I can sew samples with these to make pretty pictures for the patterns, of course. Yeah, so these arrow blocks are going to be in the Follow Me quilt. So I'm going to sew 2 quilts out of these, 2 variations. Really looking forward to start sewing with these. Awesome. So there's going to be a kit and a digital pattern, and probably also going to be a first printed pattern in English in inches. So that is exciting. And then over here I have some fun projects. Like I said, I was to a one-day quilting retreat Saturday, and I finished some projects. So this is going to be for my book. Well, finished. I started it and made the blocks for it. It's going to be a super cute baby blanket for the book. So this needs sashing and quilting. It has to go on my project list, so another new whip there. And then I have this project, and these are the leftover fabrics from it, so I can sort those out back into my stash. And then I have a new empty project box, and the project is the giraffe quilt. Maybe you've seen it already. There it is. It is a giraffe quilt for Ella. So there's her name on there and the giraffes. And I actually thought I wanted to add a colorful border around it because it was this big. So it was kind of, yeah, what you see in frame right now, that was the size. But instead of adding a colorful border, I added a strip below and a strip above to make it just a bigger size. So it would be a nice blanket for her crib size blanket. And then when I added that, I thought, well, I could also just focus on finishing this instead of figuring out a whole colorful border to add. I have enough projects, so I'm happy with the size, and I just made a very happy scrappy, are you focused? Yes! So a very happy scrappy binding I made for it. So I used all the colors from the quilt and made a binding. So now I am one step closer to finishing this. So I can baste it and quilt it, add a binding, then it's done. So yeah, this can move to the pile of quilts that I still need to quilt. And that makes one project box empty, but I already have a new project for it. Elizabeth Hartman released a pattern, and I love it so much that I figured I wanted to make a quilt for myself instead of working on my own patterns or making something like the giraffes. I thought, well, I'll just make that for Ella. But while I'm working on it, people say, oh, I like that, where's the pattern from, or do you have a pattern for that? And then I always, well, just work out the pattern and work on releasing that. So I thought, let's make something designed by somebody else, and I love all these cute animals in there. And this is the fabrics that I am going to make it with. A really happy bunch of fabrics. Yep, so that can now go into the empty project bin. There we go. And I already made a few blocks. So these are going to be strawberries. Not that I needed a new project, but we all know how that goes. The sheep. Oh, it's so cute. I really love it. And another sheep. So there's 2 blocks done, and a whole lot of blocks to make. But what I did yesterday was figure out the colors. So I just made a light copy print of this, and then I started coloring in. So I am not going to make it with the real kind of animal colored fabrics, but I'm going to make it kind of a ombre, rainbowy kind of way. And the sunflowers are going to be green and yellow, and the bees are also going to be just a yellow, and the strawberries are going to be red. But then the animals, these are going to be blue, turquoise, greenish, orange, red, purple. So yeah, purple. And I think I chatted about that's not my favorite color, and actually I stopped a crochet project once because there was a lot of purple in there, and it was a really long, big project, so I was working on it for such a long time, and I just did not want to finish it. But I picked up these fabrics. I actually went to a quilt fabric store. So if you're in the Netherlands and you want to do some real shopping, Nano is an awesome fabric store. Because I wanted to do something different than my bright rainbow, I toned it down a little bit and also got these purples, and I really like them. Pretty, aren't they? So there is going to be purple in the quilt. Let's see how that goes. It's only 1 row, so I think I will survive. It was so much fun, by the way. I planned a day with a friend, and we went to Nano, to the quilt shop. It was such a joy to just pick out fabrics for me and not my business. It was really nice to do that again. It might sound strange because I have so many fabrics over here, but this also feels work when I pick out fabrics from my own shop. It's always possible to make a project with that and to also sell it and make a kit from it. Yeah, so this felt really more like my hobby, where it all started. Yeah, so fun to do that every once in a while. So new project, going to add that to the list. Yeah, organizing is over, so now I'm going to take 1 hour of quilting on my Q16. That has been a long while, long time ago that I quilted with that. So excited. Going to do that for 1 hour lunch, and then email and administrative stuff. There we go. That took some little troubleshooting to get the machine up and running again, but there we are. So I am quilting something that is actually for my book, so it is a little bit of a secret, but well, I thought no harm in giving you some sneak peeks, right? So this is a table runner that is in my book. Such a fun project, I think, at least. And so I only had to quilt this. I think I should put that on a button. I only have to quilt it, because most of my projects get stalled because they only need quilting. And even though I have such a cool machine like this Q16, I always, I don't know, it takes work and time to quilt your quilt, even with the Q16. So it just gets stalled. My projects get stalled whenever they reach the only need quilting phase. Oh, but it feels really good to be back behind my machine. Really nice. I'm using this ruler by Handy Quilter, I think. Yeah, Handy Quilter, and it's fun. I'm using both sides. I'm making kind of a scallopy ribbon, so a straight line and a scallop, and then on the other side is great straight line and a scallop, and doing that, repeating that over and over. Yeah, I think it's fun. These lines are just 1/2 inch apart, so the two straight lines. And then I place the scallops in between. For a table runner, I like the straight lines because then you can roll it up. It's really practical, but it's also a little bit boring to do every table runner with straight lines. So then the scallops are fun too. Mix it up a little bit. Oh, and for those of you with a Bernina quilting machine, I am quilting right now in the BSR1 mode, which means that it stays sewing stationary whenever I stop. I really like that. And the stitch length is 8 stitches per inch. I really like the look of having my stitches not too tiny. So there you go, a little peek inside my my quilting for today. Oh, and there you see the pattern on the back. That shows it a little bit better, the idea that I had in mind. So it's kind of that there are scallop ribbons, and then just a nice symmetrical pattern. The end of the day, admin almost done, we'll finish tomorrow, and I finished the table runner. So this is the back. I'm not going to show you the whole yet. That's a surprise for my book, but you did see a sneak peek. I really like the texture that it created, and so it's really easy to roll it up, like it's handy for table runners. So I like it. Not completely stripy, but with a nice texture. So that is finished, so only needs a binding. I'm really glad that I spent some time on the Q16. We were both a little bit rusty, so I did need to do some cleaning and oiling and a little practice piece. But yeah, now I'm getting my Sojo free motion quilting ruler work back a little bit. And I think what also helped was that we had a day with quilting friends this weekend. So we just spent the whole day sewing. We got a organized lunch, so we didn't have to do anything for tea and coffee and lunch that day. It was perfect. We just installed our machines and spent the whole day of sewing. So that really helped to get back into the sewing mood again. So yeah, that's it for today, Monday. Tomorrow morning Sana will be here and she will be helping me with packing orders, and I think we will do the rainbow bundles and in the afternoon I guess it's time for some running. Yeah, so see you tomorrow. This morning Sanna helped me in the studio and we did some photo shooting for new rainbow bundles in the shop. Well, I had quite some fat quarter bundles in my web shop, but most of them I grouped by color. So I had blue bundles and turquoise bundles and yellow bundles, and I thought it would be much better to bundle them as rainbow bundles. So I assembled a lot of different bundles and we grouped them all together in bundles of 10. So here are more and more, and they are all now in the shop. I waited to release them until this video went up, or will go up, because I'm filming this in the past compared to when you're seeing this, because they always run out quickly. So I thought I'll place them in the shop when this vlog goes live. So we just assembled them and photo shooted, so now it's time to put them in the web shop. Yeah, oh, and here are even more and more bundles. Bundles. Here are also a lot of bundles, but those are the preparations for the release of my book. So these ones all match the projects that I'm working or that are shown in my book. So those will be released when my book will be done. Yeah, so that was this morning. So now I will put this away and then probably do some quilting. Spent some time behind my computer doing some mail and stuff, so yeah, I think it's a good idea to do some more quilting after taking this photo cube down. Really happy with my quilting time that I'm building into my days yesterday and today. Just really feels nice. And when people hear that I have a business in designing quilt patterns and making YouTube tutorials, then they always think, which makes sense, that I sew a lot. But I actually don't sew that much. So I don't sew that much lately. So I'm just very happy to be back to behind my machine a little bit more. This is the final piece of quilting that needs to be done on this quilt. This is also for my book, so I am giving you sneak peeks, but won't show you the whole complete quilt. I'm really in love with this one. It's a super-sized block from the sampler. So the book contains a lot of paper piecing patterns, all bundled up nicely in a sampler. And then this block, I supersized it and made it into kind of a medium-sized quilt. It's tempting to go fast with this machine because it can go so fast. But I'm learning more and more that slow and steady does the trick. Finished the day with running 12 kilometers. That's my longest run ever. Yes, Hello there. It is Friday. Friday already. Wednesday was a little bit different. Didn't do as much in the studio as I wanted to. Had to go to a little doctor's checkup with this one, and then the day was over before I knew it. And well, this night was interesting, wasn't it? Was it? It was. So I didn't get too much sleep and then went back to bed 8 o'clock this morning. And now it's already 1 p.m. So I'm slowly starting up at the studio. And are you climbing? Kom maar, ben je aan het klimmen? And now it's already 1 p.m. So I can't really do everything that I planned for today. So I just have to... Did you find a nice book? No. So yeah, just going to remake my plan for the day and do the things that are really necessary, and then for the rest of the day, let's see if I can do some quilting and make it a nice nice day. Yes. Hey, een tijger. Hey Ella, ga je zo meteen weer naar papa? Nee. Blijf je bij mama? Ja. Oh, nee toch, mama gaat werken. Nee. Yay, so the main thing of the day accomplished, getting those packages out of the door. And I have one more over here. And this is the first time that I am shipping this, which is exciting. Because I have some customers in the US and maybe also in other countries, but a few from the US that requested if they could buy a whole roll of tea bag paper. So tea bag paper, I buy this on a roll and then split it up and sell it as 1, 2, 5 or 10 meters. And it's perfect for foundation paper piecing. But some are big users for art or for other crafts. So they asked if they could buy a whole roll. So this is the first time that I'm shipping it like this. And I have now also listed it as a whole roll, which is 100 meters. That is a little over 100 yards. And it is 1.15 meters long. So that is a little over, well no, 1 meter and 10 centimeters long. So that's a little bit over a yard. So if you are interested in buying a whole roll of tea bag paper, you can now find it in the shop. I will link it in the screen somewhere and in the description down below. So maybe if you want to buy it and split it up, share the shipping costs with your quilting friends, yeah, then this is more affordable than buying, let's say you have 10 quilting friends and each one of you wants 10 meters of tea bag paper. Then you can buy one roll and split it up into 10 pieces. That saves you paying for shipping 9 times. So yeah, so just a little update that now tea bag paper on a full roll is in the shop. So that was the main thing I needed to do. Did some quilting and getting these parcels out. Now it's almost 4 already. So let's see. I think I do some minor tasks and then let's call it weekend, I guess. One more task before getting behind my Q16, is helping assemble a bundle for someone wanting to follow my foundation paper piecing course according to their color palette, pinks and a little pastel. After a long time, I finally picked up this project again this week. And this is, as you can see, the first Sugaridoo Bernina quilt along. And it was on my list of only needs quilting. Well, only needs quilting. And that takes some time. So yeah, this week I got back to it. And I think the main reason that I picked up this project again and finishing it now is because of my overview of my whips. So I am organizing the Tackle That Whip movement this year, and the main goal is to finish some whips, work on some projects that you haven't worked on for a long time. Yeah, and just making the overview of all the projects that I had in progress made me just so excited to work on it again. And the other thing I did was to just place this quilt at my Q16, and now I have been working on it a little bit every day this week, and I'm almost ready with it, done with it. So I need to quilt this row, and I need to finish quilting this row and this one. So I guess 3 more rows, and then it's done. Here's my Tackle That With project planner, and I have been working on quite some projects this week. So I have been quilting on the first Bernina quilt along. I have finished the assembly of the quilt top for a giraffe quilt and also assembled the binding already. Then I finished the quilting on the table runner for my book, and I finished this quilting on this quilt for my book. What else did I do? No, I didn't work on these, but that is quite some progress, I think. And when you think that sounds fun, such a planner, and together with this planner, you get motivational emails from me every month and an update where I show you all my work in progresses and talk about, well, how we keep motivated and how we keep working on it every 3 months, so every quarter. You can sign up. I will put a link in the description down below, and you can also find it on sugaridoo.com/whips. So there you can sign up for free. Then you get this planner, a project tracker, and also a project tracker for more crafty general things. So here on the top you see topics like get ready, piecing, assembly, basting, quilting and binding. And the other one is just in percentages. So getting ready, and then you can track your progress with that. So that is more a general project planner where I put my crochet and knitting and embroidery. Yeah, what a week. A little bit chaotic, didn't go as planned, but I still find that hard when things don't go as planned. But I turned it into a nice week, even so. Yeah, so I think let's close off with this quilt. I'm really happy and kind of proud that I got back to quilting again. So let's do a little bit of a project progress overview. I finished this row and this row. I finished this row. All of those I finished this week, and from these 2 I just needed to do a tiny bit of the row. The yellow one was already finished, and the green ones, these 2 were also already finished. I am working now on this one, so that's not really finished yet. And also these 2 still need to be quilted, and this one I already finished a while ago. So very happy with making some progress. Can't wait for this one to be done. That's it for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching the week vlog. It's terrible lighting over here. It's already getting dark outside. Yeah, thank you so much for being here, for watching, and I hope to see you soon in a Q&A Tuesday or in a new Sugaridoo studio vlog. Bye!